Ask yourself this: were the wars and revolutions you've learned about really just random historical events? Or were they carefully orchestrated by brilliant minds working in the shadows, strategically moving every piece on humanity's chessboard? In tonight's special video on bedtime history, we'll journey back in time, peeling back the layers of secrecy to reveal, for the first time, the truth about some of the most powerful and mysterious secret societies to ever exist. The darkest truths and deepest conspiracies will slowly unfold, leaving you wondering, is what we know about history truly the full story? If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and share it so others can join us in uncovering humanity's greatest secrets. And we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think really controls our world? Now get ready, because we're traveling back in time, starting with the earliest secret societies from ancient civilization, Egypt, the birthplace of the first great mysteries. On the surface, ancient Egypt is famous for its magnificent pyramids, the enigmatic Sphinx, and spectacular temples. But beneath this dazzling beauty lies a world of secrets, carefully guarded by a mysterious class of priests. These Egyptian priests weren't simply religious leaders performing rituals, they were keepers of the civilization's ultimate knowledge. Among the most powerful secret societies of that era was a mysterious group known to history as the Secret Council of Heliopolis. Heliopolis, or the City of the Sun, was one of the most significant spiritual centers in ancient Egypt. Here, a secret council of priests created their own intricate belief systems and hidden rituals, containing knowledge far beyond ordinary understanding. They believed they were protecting secrets that held absolute power, not just political control, but supernatural abilities capable of harnessing cosmic energy itself. One of their most famous symbols of power was the Eye of Horus, an icon believed to see everything happening around the world. But the truth behind this symbol was far more profound. The Eye of Horus represented the ability to see through both space and time, symbolizing the supreme knowledge held and protected by the priests of Heliopolis. No one outside this secretive council was permitted to access that knowledge, and anyone who accidentally stumbled upon their secrets usually paid with their life. These carefully guarded secrets also revolved around the true purpose of Egypt's massive pyramids. Modern archaeologists commonly believe pyramids served as tombs for pharaohs, but ancient texts and mysterious hieroglyphics hint at something entirely different, that these pyramids were actually gigantic energy machines. Priests believed they could harness and control cosmic energies through secret rituals conducted deep within the pyramids. Hidden chambers, sealed corridors, and underground passageways beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza served as sites for powerful ceremonies conducted by the Heliopolis Secret Society. These priests spent their entire lives mastering astronomy, mathematics, and mystical arts to manipulate natural energies. They believed that by tapping into the invisible forces of the universe, they could ensure their absolute power and dominance over prosperous Egypt. These rituals were performed in total secrecy, hidden from the eyes of ordinary people. Anyone who accidentally learned of these mysteries vanished without a trace. The Secret Council of Heliopolis enforced this strict control to guarantee their absolute authority, ensuring their ancient knowledge and the power it granted remained safely hidden from outsiders. But there was an even deeper ambition behind their secrecy. The Heliopolis priests weren't satisfied merely controlling Egypt. Their ultimate goal was global domination. Archaeological evidence suggests these priests secretly communicated and even exchanged knowledge with other civilizations, including Babylon and Greece. This raises a compelling theory. Could these ancient priests have been the first to create a worldwide network of secret societies? a hidden system whose true extent humanity has yet to fully understand. Indeed, the secrets born in ancient Egypt served as the foundation for many powerful secret societies that followed. The Eye of Horus did not remain confined to Egypt. It later emerged as a prominent symbol of authority among groups like the Illuminati and the Freemasons centuries later. We've only scratched the surface of this deep mystery. The secret council of Heliopolis was more than just a group of priests. They were the precursors to a shadowy power structure whose influence resonates across thousands of years, profoundly shaping the world we live in today. From Egypt, the secrets of supreme power began spreading across other lands, forming a hidden network of powerful secret societies, quietly steering human history. Now let's move forward in our journey and enter ancient Babylon, a city known not only for its legendary hanging gardens and grand architecture, but also as the center of a mysterious secret society who called themselves the Guardians of Forbidden Knowledge, the Chaldean Magi. Between the 7th and 4th centuries BC, Babylon became the cultural, scientific, and spiritual heart of the ancient world. But within this thriving civilization, a hidden society of magicians, astrologers, and wise scholars emerged, quietly safeguarding some of the most profound and mysterious knowledge ever discovered by mankind. The Chaldean Magi were no ordinary men. They possessed advanced understanding in astronomy, mathematics, astrology, and most intriguingly, knowledge of other dimensions, concepts far beyond the imagination of ordinary people at that time. While most Babylonians viewed the sky and stars with fear and awe, the Magi saw the heavens as a boundless treasure trove of wisdom. But what made the Chaldean Magi especially dangerous was their ability to predict the future and influence human destinies through the movement of stars and planets. From secret libraries buried deep inside royal palaces, they created incredibly precise records tracking the universe's movements, records so accurate that even modern scientists marvel at their detail. Yet their work went far beyond science. These ancient Babylonian mystics believed each star and planet held supernatural powers, and anyone who could decipher their true meaning could control the destiny of individuals, entire nations, even civilizations. The kings of Babylon understood well that their real power wasn't just political or military. It depended heavily on decoding the secrets kept by the Chaldean Magi. At the heart of their influence was a vast, hidden library containing thousands of ancient manuscripts carefully protected from outsiders. These mysterious writings contained mathematical formulas, mystical spells, methods of communicating with the spirit realm, and even the secret origins of the universe itself. The Magi guarded these texts with their lives. Anyone attempting to access their secrets faced dangerous trials and often paid the ultimate price. But the Chaldean Magi's activities went even deeper into mystery. Many historians speculate these magicians didn't merely observe the stars. They actively performed secret rituals, communicating with entities from other worlds, powerful beings who they believed could grant ultimate power. Ancient records describe strange, late-night ceremonies in which the Magi stood within circles of fire, using enigmatic symbols to summon cosmic energies from the planets and stars. One of their most astonishing secrets was their supposed ability to open gateways between dimensions, doorways leading to realms inhabited by higher beings and spiritual entities. The Chaldean Magi saw themselves as guardians of this knowledge, determined to ensure it never fell into unworthy hands. Even more intriguing, historical theories suggest that the Chaldean Magi secretly communicated with ancient Egyptian secret societies. Some historians believe it was the Magi who spread knowledge of astrology, alchemy, and ancient magic across the world, forming the foundation of countless secret societies that followed. Indeed, the Chaldean Magi's wisdom mysteriously resurfaced in ancient Greece and later influenced many medieval and modern secret societies throughout Europe. But the greatest question remains, were the mystical sages of Babylon merely guardians of forbidden knowledge, or did they have another secret purpose? Did they quietly build a global network, secretly shaping historical events we've never fully recognized? Whatever the answer, one thing remains clear. True power on this planet has always been linked to hidden knowledge and secrecy. The Chaldean Magi of ancient Babylon formed one of the critical links in this hidden chain, a chain whose influence continues to stretch across history, shaping the very world we live in today. As the glory of Babylon gradually faded, the mysterious secrets guarded by the Chaldean Magi seemed destined to vanish into history. But in reality, this flame of hidden knowledge never truly went out. Instead, it quietly traveled westward, arriving in ancient Greece, where a new secret society was ready to inherit and preserve the mystical secrets of the universe, especially the mysterious power hidden within numbers. This group was known as the Pythagorean Society, and they believed that through the hidden meanings of numbers, they could control the very world itself. Today, most people know Pythagoras as the mathematician behind the famous theorem named after him. Yet few realize he was also the leader of an incredibly secretive society based in the ancient Greek city of Croton in southern Italy. But this was far more than a group of mathematicians. It was a spiritual order governed by strict rules, secret rituals, and a profound belief in the supernatural power of numbers. Joining the Pythagorean Society was no easy task. Potential members were carefully selected and had to endure rigorous tests, harsh living conditions, and a strict vow of secrecy. Initiates even took years-long vows of silence before being allowed to access the highest levels of knowledge. Only those who proved worthy through these trials were considered strong enough to handle and protect the society's most sacred secrets. According to Pythagoras, the entire universe was created by numbers, and these numbers held the key to understanding and controlling the world. The society believed they had discovered a sacred connection between numbers, music, astronomy, and the human soul. The knowledge they protected wasn't simply mathematical, it was transcendent wisdom that could grant its holders extraordinary power. The most significant symbol of this secret society was the pentagram, a five-pointed star. To the Pythagoreans, the pentagram wasn't merely a geometric shape, it represented perfect cosmic balance, symbolizing the connection between heaven and earth, body and spirit. During secret rituals, members stood within circles using the pentagram as a portal to supernatural energies. They believed these ceremonies allowed them to achieve heightened states of consciousness, even enabling communication with mysterious beings from other realms. One of their most secretive and intense rituals was known as the spiritual rebirth. In this ceremony, new initiates experienced a symbolic death and rebirth in front of the entire society. It was a deeply profound psychological experience that fundamentally transformed their perception of themselves and the world. Initiates emerged reborn, fully committed to the society's ideals and dedicated to guarding its secrets. Under Pythagoras' guidance, the society quickly gained enormous influence among ancient Greece's political elite. Leaders and rulers sought their counsel, eager for their mathematically and astrologically based predictions, giving the group considerable power. But their mysterious ways and immense influence soon became a double-edged sword. The secrecy surrounding the society sparked suspicion, fear, and hostility. Eventually, the Pythagorean Society became the target of violent backlash in Croton. A brutal rebellion destroyed the group and most members were killed, their secret libraries burned, and precious documents lost. But crucially, their greatest secrets survived, a few surviving members quietly preserved their knowledge, carrying it forward, discreetly founding new secret societies to continue their sacred mission. Even today, thousands of years later, modern secret societies such as the Freemasons and the Illuminati continue to use the pentagram symbol and sacred numerical teachings originally developed by Pythagoras. This reveals that the Pythagorean society's influence and wisdom are far from just historical curiosities. They still profoundly impact our world. The biggest question remains, was the Pythagorean society genuinely wiped out, or did they simply transform, quietly adapting and surviving through the centuries in different forms? But that's not the end of our story. Another ancient Greek secret society existed, one whose mysterious spiritual rituals remained carefully hidden for centuries, the Eleusinian Mysteries. Now let's continue our journey deeper into the darkest corners of ancient Greek civilization, where spiritual rites filled with haunting secrets remain unrevealed even to this day. As the secret society of Pythagoras faded into the shadows of history, it seemed that the mystical secrets of ancient Greece were destined to be forgotten. But in truth, an even more mysterious and powerful society quietly endured, protecting rituals so secretive that after nearly 2,000 years, their true nature still remains a mystery. This was the society behind the Eleusinian Mysteries, the most closely guarded spiritual rites in the entire ancient world. Every year, thousands journeyed from far and wide to Eleusis, hoping to participate in these secret rituals. They came seeking answers to humanity's greatest questions. What is the meaning of life? What happens after death? But not everyone was allowed to enter. Only carefully selected individuals who passed rigorous tests were permitted inside, into the deepest secrets of ancient Greece. At the heart of the Eleusinian Mysteries was the story of the goddess Demeter and her daughter Persephone. According to Greek mythology, Persephone was kidnapped by Hades and taken to the underworld. Heartbroken, Demeter withdrew her blessings, causing the earth to wither and die. Only when Zeus intervened was Persephone allowed to return to the surface for part of each year, symbolizing the rebirth of nature and the coming of spring. Yet these ceremonies weren't simply a retelling of myths. The rites at Eleusis reportedly involved secret techniques, special elixirs, and powerful spiritual experiences designed to push participants into extraordinary states of consciousness. Many scholars believe they used hallucinogenic herbs and mushrooms to open doors to higher perceptions, allowing participants to actually encounter, or at least sense, the presence of divine beings. These rituals were performed in complete darkness inside ancient temples specifically built for the Eleusinian Mysteries. Participants drank a mysterious potion called kykeon, a secret mixture whose exact ingredients still remain unknown to modern scientists. After consuming this potion, initiates entered a deeply mystical space, guided by priests through an intense spiritual journey filled with strange visions, terrifying sounds, and supernatural phenomena. Those who experienced the Eleusinian Mysteries described them as the most profound moments of their lives. The philosopher Plato claimed these rites revealed sacred truths beyond ordinary human understanding. The historian Plutarch famously wrote, "Anyone who has not participated in the Eleusinian Mysteries has never truly lived, for this experience is life itself." Yet despite its fame and desirability, the details of the Eleusinian Mysteries remained absolutely secret. Anyone who dared reveal even a small part of the ritual faced immediate execution. This harsh secrecy only deepened the mystique, turning these rites into one of the greatest unsolved historical mysteries of the ancient world. Some theories even suggest that these rituals provided direct connections to other dimensions, or held the secret to eternal life itself. The Eleusinian mysteries existed not merely for religious worship, but to protect ancient, dangerous knowledge so powerful that it could have disastrous consequences if it fell into unworthy hands. Precisely because of this mysterious power, ancient Greek rulers kept the Eleusinian mysteries under tight control. The priests at Eleusis became some of the most influential figures in society, wielding secrets that even kings and warriors desperately sought. But when ancient Greece fell and was absorbed into the Roman Empire, the Eleusinian mysteries gradually lost their prominence. Participation dwindled, and eventually the rituals were banned altogether by the Roman Emperor Theodosius in the 4th century AD. Documents and records of these ceremonies were destroyed or hidden away, leaving historians today only able to speculate about what truly occurred in the shadows of Eleusis. Yet the disappearance of the Eleusinian mysteries didn't mean their wisdom vanished completely. Their secrets about mystical rites, mind control, and connections to other realms quietly survived, spreading through Europe over the centuries. This ancient knowledge laid the foundation for medieval secret societies such as the Knights Templar and the Rosicrucian Order, organizations destined to shape human history for centuries to come. So what exactly were the secrets of the Eleusinian mysteries? What discovery was so powerful and terrifying that it required absolute secrecy? These questions continue to haunt historians to this very day. Now, as the brilliant yet mysterious light of the ancient world fades further into the past, we move forward into a darker and far more chaotic era, the Middle Ages. This was a time when power, religion, and hidden truths blended together, creating unprecedented turmoil and transformation. It is here that we'll encounter some of the most powerful secret societies ever known, including legendary knights, the Knights Templar, and the feared, mysterious assassins from the seemingly impenetrable fortress of Alamut. In the early 12th century, Jerusalem became a sacred pilgrimage site for Christians from all over Europe. But the journey to the Holy Land was extremely dangerous, filled with robbery, violence, and death. It was during this time that a small group of knights came together with a mission to protect these pilgrims. Initially, there were only 9 knights. They vowed to live humble, disciplined lives and swore absolute loyalty, founding their secretive order at the legendary Temple of Solomon. From this moment onward, their society became known by a powerful and legendary name, the Knights Templar. At first, the Knights Templar was a modest and humble organization, yet within just a few decades, they had become the most powerful society in Europe. They weren't just protectors of pilgrims anymore, they were skilled warriors, influential politicians, and remarkably brilliant financiers. The Templars established an extensive network of fortresses stretching across Europe and the Middle East, each fortress holding its own closely guarded secrets. One of the greatest secrets of the Knights Templar was their incredible financial power. They created the world's first banking system, allowing pilgrims to deposit money at one fortress and safely withdraw it at another, protecting travelers from thieves. This innovation granted the Templars unprecedented economic influence, quickly turning them into creditors for the kings of Europe, funding wars and even influencing political decisions across the continent. But was financial control their only source of power? Ancient documents and mysterious legends suggest the Templars also possessed ancient artifacts of unimaginable power, treasures that could reshape the world if revealed. Among these artifacts was the legendary Holy Grail. Secret stories whisper that the Templars had discovered the Grail buried beneath the Temple of Solomon itself, granting its holder immortality and ultimate wisdom about the universe. Some researchers go even further, speculating that the Templars uncovered secrets linked to the lost civilization of Atlantis or even the legendary Ark of the Covenant from ancient Jewish history, artifacts capable of tipping the balance of global power. The Templars' growing power, combined with these terrifying secrets, soon made them a target of suspicion and jealousy among powerful political and religious leaders, particularly King Philip IV of France, who owed the order massive debts. In 1307, on the infamous date remembered as Black Friday, countless Knights Templar were arrested, tortured, and burned at the stake. In just one night, the order appeared to have been completely destroyed. But did the Knights Templar truly vanish after that fateful day? Before being burned alive, Grand Master Jacques de Molay famously cursed King Philip IV and Pope Clement V, declaring they would both die within 1 year. Mysteriously, his curse proved chillingly accurate. Strange and unusual events afterward fueled rumors that the Knights Templar continued secretly, quietly dispersing throughout Europe, carrying their ancient secrets into new, hidden organizations. Many historians now believe that surviving Templars joined other secret societies such as the Freemasons and the Rosicrucian Order, groups that would later rise prominently in history. Symbols like the Red Cross on white robes and the Templars' secretive rituals reappeared within these newer orders, proving that the Knights' power and knowledge never truly disappeared. Whatever the truth, the Knights Templar remain forever one of the most powerful and mysterious secret societies ever known. Their influence extended far beyond kings or emperors, not just in finance or politics, but through the possession of hidden knowledge capable of reshaping the entire world. These secrets still endure, guarded in the shadows, waiting patiently for the moment they may once again come to light. But the Knights Templar weren't the only secret society controlling events during the Middle Ages. While the Templars quietly built their influence across Europe, another mysterious order emerged in the distant mountainous regions of Persia, spreading fear throughout the Middle East and even reaching Europe itself. They became known as the legendary Order of Assassins, or the Hashashin, infamous killers operating from the impregnable fortress of Alamut, a place no army dared attack. The story of the assassins began in the late 11th century when an enigmatic and feared figure named Hassan-i-Sabbah established a hidden fortress high atop Alamut Mountain in northern Iran. From this fortress, Hassan created an incredibly disciplined, fiercely loyal organization whose members willingly sacrificed their lives to achieve their leader's goals. These assassins became infamous for their extraordinary combat skills, lethal precision, and unwavering devotion to their master. What made the Order of Assassins truly terrifying wasn't their military power, it was their strategic use of psychological warfare and targeted assassinations. They never needed large armies. Instead, they spread fear by systematically eliminating kings, nobles, religious leaders, and politicians throughout the Middle East and Europe, sending a chilling message that no one was beyond their reach. The assassins' psychological strength was rooted in secret rituals conducted deep within the shadowy fortress of Alamut. New recruits, usually teenagers, underwent brutal physical and mental training. They learned weapon skills, stealth assassination techniques, and the art of disguise. But most importantly, they were taught psychological resilience, overcoming every possible fear. Hassan-i-Sabbah established a unique system to control the minds and loyalty of his assassins. According to ancient accounts, he used a mysterious hallucinogenic substance believed to be derived from hashish to place new recruits into trance-like states. While under the drug's influence, they experienced visions of paradise. Upon awakening, these young men were convinced that Hassan held the key to eternal bliss, making them eager to follow his every command, even if it meant sacrificing their own lives. The assassins' frightening reputation spread rapidly throughout the Islamic world, soon reaching European leaders. Rulers throughout the Middle East lived in constant terror, knowing that at any moment an assassin could appear inside their palaces, strike swiftly and silently, then vanish without a trace. Their targeted killings were so legendary that the word assassin itself became synonymous with murderers in many languages today. But the assassins' assassinations weren't simply about killing. They were powerful political statements, warnings to their enemies, and a means of controlling rulers and entire kingdoms. Many kings and leaders secretly paid tribute to the assassins, hoping to buy protection, or at least avoid becoming their next victim. The fortress of Alamut became a symbol of unstoppable power and impregnability. For more than 2 centuries, no army dared assault it. The assassins were even capable of planting agents deep within the households of their enemies, living quietly for years before carrying out their deadly missions. Yet in the mid-13th century, the Order faced their greatest enemy yet, the invading Mongol armies. In 1256, the forces of Hulagu Khan successfully attacked and destroyed the fortress of Alamut, wiping out most of the assassins. It appeared that this formidable secret society had finally been erased from history. But did the Order of Assassins truly disappear, or did they quietly survive, evolving and dispersing their knowledge to other secret organizations? Some scholars believe surviving members escaped, secretly preserving the Order and transmitting their skills, mystical rituals, and assassination techniques to newer secret societies across the Middle East, Europe, and beyond. Historical records and archaeological evidence suggest hidden connections between the assassins and groups like the Knights Templar, as well as later secret societies such as the Illuminati and Freemasons. To this day, the legend of the Order of Assassins remains one of history's most compelling mysteries. The secrets of their psychological manipulation, mystical rituals, and precise assassination methods leave humanity wondering, could there still be organizations today inheriting and wielding these ancient skills, secretly shaping the world from the shadows? With the decline of the Knights Templar and the Order of Assassins, it seemed the shadowy influence of medieval secret societies had finally disappeared. But quietly, beneath the surface of Europe, another mysterious organization was emerging, an order dedicated to preserving and spreading ancient wisdom about alchemy and the hidden secrets of mystical science. This secret society was known as the Rosicrucian Order. In the early 17th century, a series of mysterious writings suddenly appeared throughout Europe. These texts revealed the existence of a hidden brotherhood called the Rosicrucians, supposedly founded by a mysterious figure named Christian Rosenkreuz. According to these documents, Rosenkreuz was a wise German mystic from the 15th century who traveled extensively through Egypt, the Middle East, and other legendary lands, gathering powerful ancient knowledge. When he returned to Europe, he founded the Rosicrucian Order to protect and share these profound secrets with future generations. From its very first appearance, the Rosicrucian Order quickly captured the attention of Europe's intellectuals, scientists, and nobility. They claimed possession of a profound ancient science, alchemy, and esoteric art believed capable of transforming common metals into pure gold, and most importantly, creating the fabled elixir of immortality, a mystical potion said to grant eternal life. But the Rosicrucians weren't simply seeking gold or immortality. Their real goal went far deeper, to achieve a spiritual transformation that elevated human consciousness, opening doors to higher worlds and extraordinary wisdom. For the Rosicrucians, alchemy wasn't just about chemistry. It was a symbolic, spiritual process aimed at transforming the human soul from ordinary lead into enlightened gold. The Rosicrucian order operated in extreme secrecy. Members took strict vows of silence regarding everything they learned. Meetings took place in hidden chambers adorned with mystical symbols, especially the rose and the cross, two powerful emblems symbolizing the union of the physical and spiritual worlds, science and religion. Although always working behind the scenes, the Rosicrucian order profoundly influenced Renaissance Europe and beyond. Many famous scientists and philosophers, including Isaac Newton, René Descartes, and Francis Bacon, were believed to have been influenced by the secret writings and teachings of the Rosicrucians. Newton himself dedicated much of his life to studying alchemy and ancient texts, many of which scholars believe originated with this mysterious society. Some theories go even further, suggesting the Rosicrucians were the direct inheritors of secret wisdom from earlier orders like the Knights Templar. One of their most startling secrets was supposedly knowledge of the legendary civilization of Atlantis. Rosicrucian alchemists claimed Atlantis was the original source of their profound spiritual and scientific teachings, preserving rare artifacts and manuscripts capable of changing humanity's understanding of history and the universe itself. Yet the Rosicrucians didn't limit themselves merely to ancient history or alchemical pursuits. They believed they were laying the foundation for a much greater intellectual revolution, a new era in which science, spirituality, and philosophy would unite, elevating humanity to an entirely new level of consciousness. However secretive, the Rosicrucians left clear footprints that shaped many subsequent secret societies. Countless rituals, symbols, and philosophies from the Rosicrucians were inherited by groups such as the Freemasons and Illuminati, becoming cornerstones of mystical and spiritual movements that continue to influence modern history. So, what exactly did the Rosicrucian order discover? Did their alchemy and mystical knowledge truly exist, or was it all an elaborate myth crafted to hide something far deeper, and perhaps darker? To seek answers, we'll follow history's path onward from the Middle Ages into the Renaissance and modern times, meeting another secret society believed to have directly inherited the Rosicrucians and Knights Templars' mystical knowledge, the Freemasons, the architects of a new world order whose hidden power still resonates profoundly in our world today. Although the Freemasons officially appeared in early 18th century England, the true origins of this secret society are far older and more mysterious. Many researchers believe that Freemasonry grew out of medieval guilds of stonemasons, the skilled craftsmen who built Europe's great cathedrals, castles, and palaces. But other theories suggest something even more intriguing, that the Freemasons directly inherited ancient secrets from earlier secret societies such as the Knights Templar and the Rosicrucian order. From the moment Freemasonry emerged, it rapidly expanded, becoming the largest secret society in the world. It attracted countless political leaders, scientists, philosophers, authors, and powerful figures of their time. But what made Freemasons truly extraordinary wasn't merely their influential membership, it was the secret goal they pursued: to build a new world order, reshaping society according to the ancient wisdom and hidden principles they preserved. The Freemasons operated within a highly structured hierarchy. Members underwent mysterious initiation ceremonies and took strict vows never to reveal the rituals and knowledge they learned. Inside their secret meetings, they used ancient symbols, most famously the compass and square, the traditional tools of builders, representing the perfect balance between the material and spiritual worlds. Yet Freemasonry wasn't merely a secretive club, it was an organization influencing power globally. Many key historical events clearly show their hidden influence: the American Revolution of 1776, the French Revolution of 1789, and numerous other critical turning points in European history all bear their fingerprints. Even today, Freemason symbols appear prominently in iconic landmarks worldwide, especially in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. Many of America's founding architects were high-ranking Freemasons. Famous buildings such as the White House, the Washington Monument, and the U.S. Capitol contain hidden symbolic codes understood fully only by senior Freemasons. But their influence wasn't limited to politics or architecture. The Freemasons saw themselves as custodians of ancient wisdom stretching back to civilizations like Egypt, Babylon, Greece, and earlier powerful secret societies. They believed they safeguarded ultimate secrets about the true nature of the universe and humanity's purpose within it. Freemasons' secret rituals were designed to elevate members' consciousness, helping them understand the deeper meaning of existence and granting them profound spiritual powers. Senior Freemasons were rumored to hold advanced knowledge of alchemy, dimensions beyond ordinary perception, and even the ability to contact supernatural forces to shape human history according to their designs. Over centuries, Freemasonry built a vast global network of millions of members. Prominent American presidents like George Washington and influential figures such as Benjamin Franklin were proud, elite members. This has led many to question, do the Freemasons truly control the world's affairs from behind the scenes? Or are they simply preserving noble intellectual and moral traditions as they publicly claim? Whatever the truth, no one can deny the immense hidden power Freemasonry wields in modern society. Their secrets are far-reaching, and their influence isn't limited to economics or politics alone. It extends deep enough to shape humanity's destiny. Yet Freemasonry was not the only secret society in recent history with ambitions to create a new world order. Another group, far more mysterious, ambitious, and dangerous, was quietly emerging in 18th century Europe, the Illuminati. The Illuminati, a name meaning the Enlightened Ones, was officially founded on May 1st, 1776, by a young German law professor named Adam Weishaupt in Bavaria, present-day Germany. At first, this secret society was just a small group of intellectuals opposed to the dominance of Europe's royal families and religious authorities. They pursued a bold and ambitious ideal, creating a completely new world order, a world governed entirely by reason and knowledge. But the deeper, more sinister goal of the Illuminati stunned and terrified those who learned of it. They believed that to establish their new world order, they first needed absolute control over the existing world. Members of the Illuminati thought that only those who were truly enlightened, who possessed ultimate knowledge, deserved to control and lead humanity. They were willing to do anything, from political manipulation and inciting wars, to influencing the minds of ordinary people, to achieve this aim. From its inception, the Illuminati rapidly expanded its network, carefully infiltrating other powerful secret societies, especially the Freemasons. Adam Weishaupt realized that the surest path to absolute power was not open confrontation, but quietly controlling influential organizations from within. The Illuminati executed this strategy so skillfully and discreetly that even the highest-ranking Freemasons had no idea their own organization was being secretly manipulated. The Illuminati's methods were sophisticated and ruthless. They relied on elaborate secret ceremonies, strict oaths of silence, and a rigid hierarchy to ensure only the most elite and trusted members ever knew the group's true purpose. Powerful symbols communicated their hidden messages, the most famous being the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, symbolizing complete surveillance and control over the world. One of the Illuminati's most terrifying strategies was their ability to manipulate major revolutions. Many historians believe the Illuminati secretly orchestrated the French Revolution of 1789 and influenced revolutionary movements across Europe, aiming to undermine the monarchy and religious institutions, forces standing in the way of their ultimate domination. Within less than a decade, the Illuminati had grown powerful enough to alarm Europe's ruling elites. In 1785, Bavarian authorities uncovered the group's ambitious plans, banning the society, arresting numerous members, and destroying thousands of their secret documents. To the outside world, it seemed the world's most powerful secret society had completely collapsed. But that was merely the end on the surface. Historical evidence suggests the Illuminati never truly disappeared. Instead, they withdrew deeper into secrecy, continuing their work covertly within the Freemasons and other influential organizations. Many events throughout modern history, from world wars to global economic crises, are believed to bear the hidden fingerprints of Illuminati manipulation. Prominent politicians and world leaders often seem like mere pawns in the Illuminati's enormous chess game. Even today, many people believe the Illuminati secretly controls major global industries such as entertainment, media, and finance, using these platforms as powerful tools to shape public opinion and control billions of minds. Major scandals and shocking world events are often seen as carefully planned moves designed by the Illuminati to strengthen their hidden dominance. Yet one haunting question remains: does the Illuminati really exist today, secretly guiding the world from behind the scenes, or is this merely an exaggerated conspiracy theory? Whatever the answer, one thing is undeniable: the Illuminati has become a powerful symbol representing ultimate power, deep conspiracies, and the chilling possibility that the entire world is quietly manipulated from the shadows. But the story doesn't end here. Because after the Illuminati retreated into the shadows following their scandals in Europe, another secret society quietly emerged in America in the early 19th century, one even more secretive, influential, and mysterious than anything the world had seen before. This organization was Skull and Bones, founded in 1832 on the prestigious campus of Yale University. At first, Skull and Bones was just a small, select group of Yale's most elite students, carefully chosen from America's wealthiest and most powerful families. But within a few short decades, this secret society evolved into an incredibly influential force, penetrating deep into the heart of American political, economic, and social power. What makes Skull and Bones uniquely dangerous is their method of selecting members and maintaining absolute secrecy. Each year, the society recruits only 15 students, typically from elite backgrounds, sons of presidents, governors, senators, and America's richest industrial tycoons. Upon joining, new members participate in a dark, secret initiation ritual, swearing absolute loyalty and promising never to reveal anything about the society. These secret rituals take place inside a mysterious building at Yale called the Tomb, a windowless, heavily guarded structure exclusively accessible to society members. Within its walls, bizarre and sometimes disturbing rituals have unfolded for nearly 2 centuries. Some leaked accounts describe initiates experiencing strange ceremonies involving death imagery, such as lying in coffins, kissing human skulls, or drinking from cups made from human bones. These macabre rituals have helped establish Skull and Bones as one of America's most mysterious and feared secret societies. But their true power extends far beyond rituals. Skull and Bones quickly became deeply embedded in American politics and economics, placing countless members in top government positions, military leadership roles, major corporations, and even within intelligence agencies like the CIA. Over its nearly 2 centuries of existence, Skull and Bones has produced a vast network of incredibly influential individuals. Perhaps most famously, this includes 2 US presidents, George H.W. Bush and his son, George W. Bush. But beyond the Bush family, this society has also produced numerous senators, cabinet members, corporate executives, diplomats, and high-ranking intelligence operatives. Even more chilling, Skull and Bones members are strongly encouraged to secretly support one another, prioritizing the interests of the society above all else. Many researchers believe that America's most significant decisions, from wars and economic crises to political appointments, have been quietly influenced by Skull and Bones members pulling strings from behind the scenes. Evidence also suggests that Skull and Bones maintains hidden connections with other powerful societies, such as the Freemasons and Illuminati, forming a vast network of secret organizations quietly shaping global events. They share secret rituals, ancient wisdom, and even strategies for global control that were established centuries ago. Despite constant speculation and investigation by the media, Skull and Bones has never publicly disclosed its activities. Members refuse to answer questions about their rituals or objectives, only fueling public fascination and suspicion. Their absolute secrecy is perhaps their greatest power, because as long as the world doesn't truly know what they're doing, Skull and Bones remains free to control events as they please. Today, Skull and Bones continues quietly operating at Yale, selecting 15 new elite students each year to continue their tradition of secrecy and power. Regardless of how the world changes, the darkest secrets of Skull and Bones remain guarded, waiting for individuals powerful enough and loyal enough to protect and preserve them. So, is Skull and Bones truly manipulating America and perhaps the world from behind the scenes, as many believe? Or are these claims simply conspiracies, fueled by their own carefully cultivated mystery? One thing remains certain: as long as Skull and Bones exists, true power may never fully rest in the hands of the many, but rather remain secretly controlled by a privileged few. While Skull and Bones secretly influenced America from the shadows across the Atlantic Ocean, in late 19th century Europe, another mysterious power began to rise during the dazzling Victorian era. It was a time when ancient mystical knowledge was rediscovered and countless secret societies sprang up, each with their own ambitious goals. Among them, none was more fascinating or influential than the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a secret society that revived ancient rituals of magic and sorcery, reawakening supernatural forces that had lain dormant for thousands of years. The Golden Dawn, founded in London in 1888 by a small group of occultists and mystics, quickly attracted attention from Britain's elite and intellectual circles. Unlike political secret societies, the Golden Dawn focused specifically on practicing ancient magical arts, astrology, and mystical rituals designed to achieve higher states of human enlightenment. The early members of the Golden Dawn were far from ordinary. They included legendary figures such as poet W.B. Yeats, author Bram Stoker, the creator of Dracula, and notably Aleister Crowley, who would become one of the most controversial occultists of the 20th century. These influential individuals were captivated by the possibility of controlling supernatural powers through the society's ancient and mysterious rituals. Golden Dawn's rituals were intricate and mysterious, drawing heavily on ancient texts from Egypt, Babylon, Greece, and especially the Jewish Kabbalah. New initiates were guided through a strict hierarchical system, each level involving progressively deeper mystical experiences. The society believed that by reaching its highest ranks, members could directly communicate with supernatural entities, master invisible magical forces, and even reshape reality according to their will. Golden Dawn used many ancient symbols and rituals, including the six-pointed star, the pentagram, alchemical symbols, and Egyptian deities like Thoth, the god of wisdom, and Osiris, the god of rebirth. One of their most famous ceremonies was the ritual of invoking light, where members gathered in candlelit chambers to summon spiritual energies seeking higher wisdom and power from unseen worlds. Yet beyond spiritual enlightenment and ancient wisdom, Golden Dawn had a deeper, more hidden ambition to influence personal destiny and even global events through magical practices. They believed that at their highest states of spiritual awakening, members could directly shape major world events. Golden Dawn considered their magical knowledge powerful enough to secretly influence politics, economics, and culture from behind the scenes. However, the success and popularity of the Golden Dawn soon led to serious internal conflicts. Just a few years after its founding, intense power struggles emerged among its senior members. Aleister Crowley, the Society's most powerful and controversial figure, was eventually expelled due to internal disputes, leading him to create his own secret order. These internal battles rapidly led to the collapse of the original Golden Dawn in the early 20th century. Yet even though the official society disbanded, Golden Dawn's influence never truly vanished. Their mystical rituals and magical teachings continued to spread widely, inspiring numerous spiritual movements throughout the 20th century, including Thelema, Wicca, and various other occult groups. The books and writings left behind by the Golden Dawn became foundational texts for countless modern magical and esoteric organizations around the world. But one chilling question remains. Did Golden Dawn's elite members truly achieve the ability to shape the world through magical rituals, or was it merely an illusion created by their mystical ceremonies? Could there still be secret organizations directly inheriting Golden Dawn's magical practices, secretly manipulating our world without our knowledge? Whatever the truth, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn will always be remembered as the secret society that brought ancient mystical secrets back into the modern world. Perhaps their true power still remains hidden, quietly awaiting the perfect moment to reappear. Now, as we prepare to enter one of the darkest chapters in human history, a deeper darkness looms ahead. At the dawn of the 20th century, as the shadow of war descended across Europe, a mysterious secret society emerged from the heart of Germany. This organization spread terrifying extremist ideologies, ultimately giving rise to Nazi Germany. It was the Thule Society, the hidden group that planted the seeds of Aryan supremacy, an obsession that Hitler embraced, leading directly to the horrors of World War II and the deaths of millions of innocent lives worldwide. Faced with these dark secrets, we must ask ourselves, is human history merely a hidden struggle for power between secret societies? Which secret society has intrigued or haunted you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to join us in uncovering history's deepest, darkest secrets. And now let us step into the shadows once more as we reveal the terrifying story of the mysterious secret society known as the Thule Society. The Thule Society emerged in Munich in 1918, shortly after the end of World War I. Initially, this secretive group was just a small circle of wealthy, intellectual Germans and aristocrats deeply wounded by Germany's defeat. But their ambition went far beyond simply restoring national pride. Their true goal was the resurrection of a pure, superior Aryan race destined to rule the world. The name Thule refers to a mythical land from ancient Norse legends, believed by the society to be the original homeland of the Aryan race, a race they considered superior to all others. Members of the Thule Society believed that by purifying their bloodline, the Aryan race could reclaim its lost strength and the power to dominate the entire world. What made the Thule Society particularly dangerous was their blending of extreme nationalism with ancient mystical rituals. Members regularly conducted bizarre ceremonies, seances, and secret rituals designed to summon supernatural energies from other realms. They believed these rituals allowed them to communicate directly with mystical beings, so-called Aryan supermen, and other supernatural entities who would grant them the absolute power needed for global domination. The Thule Society also organized secret expeditions to remote regions like Tibet and the Himalayas, searching for artifacts and evidence of the ancient Aryan civilization. They believed these artifacts contained hidden powers that would enable the Aryan race to regain global supremacy. Historical documents suggest that members returned from these expeditions with mysterious ancient manuscripts and artifacts they claimed held the keys to ultimate Aryan power. But the most significant impact of the Thule Society wasn't limited to mysticism alone. In 1919, this secret group secretly financed and supported the formation of the German Workers' Party, DAP, the early predecessor of Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party. It was Thule Society members who first discovered and mentored Adolf Hitler, a young, angry veteran full of ambition and hatred. Hitler quickly became fascinated by their Aryan ideologies and mystical practices. Indeed, it was the Thule Society that designed the infamous swastika symbol, an ancient icon representing mystical power and purity, which Hitler adopted as the official emblem of the Nazi Party. The Society's rituals, symbols, and ideologies profoundly shaped Hitler's worldview and the entire strategy of Nazi Germany. Once Hitler and the Nazis gained power, they immediately implemented the Thule Society's racial doctrines into state policies, racial purification, the obsession with the Aryan master race, and secret research into ancient mystical forces. The Nazis established clandestine organizations dedicated to exploring occultism, astrology, alchemy, and other supernatural powers, all directly inspired by the Thule Society. However, once Hitler solidified absolute control, the Thule Society quickly lost its prominence and was quietly disbanded by the Nazi regime. But its dissolution on paper didn't mean its dark ideas vanished. Many senior Nazi officials, particularly Heinrich Himmler, head of the SS, continued to practice mystical rituals and research supernatural powers until Nazi Germany collapsed in 1945. Today, the Thule Society remains one of history's most haunting, secret societies. They not only gave rise to Hitler and the Nazis, but also forced the world to confront the horrifying consequences of war and racial hatred. Perhaps the darkest secret of all is that the Aryan supremacist ideology and mystical practices of the Thule Society never truly disappeared. They simply retreated into the shadows, waiting for another opportunity to resurface. Could the Thule Society still exist today in some hidden form? Were their mystical rituals and supernatural powers merely superstitious fantasies, or did they genuinely shape human history in profound and terrifying ways? Our journey doesn't end here. The modern world is still home to many secret societies, organizations quietly influencing humanity's destiny with even greater subtlety and sophistication. Gone are the mystical rituals and ancient symbols. Today's secret societies use more covert, strategic methods to consolidate their power within the very heart of our contemporary world. Now let us step into the modern age, starting deep within a secluded forest in America, where the world's most powerful elites secretly gather every year to make decisions capable of reshaping global history. This place is known as Bohemian Grove, one of the most controversial and mysterious secret societies in existence today. Bohemian Grove isn't like any other secret society we've discussed so far. It first emerged in 1872 when a group of artists, journalists, and wealthy businessmen in California decided to form a private club, a place where they could meet, relax, and exchange ideas freely away from prying eyes. But over time, this small club transformed into one of the most powerful and mysterious organizations in the world. Each year in mid-July, more than 2,000 members of Bohemian Grove, including top politicians, billionaire tycoons, powerful CEOs, military leaders, and famous artists, secretly gather within a secluded 2,700-acre forest in Sonoma County, California. This area is heavily guarded, completely off-limits to outsiders, and what happens inside remains strictly confidential. One of the most controversial and unsettling aspects of Bohemian Grove is its strange opening ritual called the cremation of care. This ceremony takes place on the first night, with hundreds of members gathering around a massive 40-foot owl statue known as Moloch, a symbol that has sparked countless rumors and concerns. Illuminated by flickering flames, participants engage in a symbolic ritual where they supposedly burn away their worries and moral obligations, freeing themselves from ethical concerns and responsibilities to comfortably make important decisions. Though the club insists this ritual is purely symbolic, its secrecy and eerie imagery have raised many questions. Are the world's most powerful people really engaging in occult-like ceremonies before making critical global decisions? Or is this simply an unusual way for the elite to unwind and entertain themselves? Beyond strange rituals, Bohemian Grove has become infamous as a gathering place where the world's elite privately discuss decisions that directly shape global policy. Numerous reports indicate that within this secluded forest, high-ranking members have quietly debated wars, peace negotiations, economic policies, and strategic political decisions. It's even alleged that the Manhattan Project, the secret plan to develop the atomic bomb, was first discussed at Bohemian Grove. The club's membership list alone is enough to raise eyebrows. Former US presidents such as Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, along with prominent military generals, billionaires, Nobel Prize-winning scientists, and executives from some of the most influential corporations on Earth, have all attended these secretive meetings. This has led many to wonder, are the world's most critical decisions, from war to economic policy, truly made democratically? Or have they already been quietly arranged behind closed doors at Bohemian Grove? To safeguard its secrecy, Bohemian Grove employs incredibly strict security measures, hiring private security forces and cooperating closely with local authorities to ensure that no outsider ever gains unauthorized entry. Yet in 2000, journalist Alex Jones caused a global sensation when he secretly filmed the entire cremation of care ceremony, exposing for the first time just a small portion of what truly occurs inside Bohemian Grove, sparking international controversy and widespread speculation. Still, the vast majority of what happens within this isolated forest remains shrouded in mystery. Members consistently refuse to discuss or reveal anything about their private meetings, making Bohemian Grove even more intriguing and controversial. The greatest question remains unanswered. Are the most important global decisions secretly determined at Bohemian Grove? And if so, do we truly live in a democratic world? Or are we merely pawns controlled by a small handful of the world's most powerful individuals? If Bohemian Grove is America's secretive playground for the elite, then across the Atlantic in Europe, another hidden organization has quietly emerged. One far more influential, mysterious, and arguably more dangerous. This organization is the Bilderberg Group, often called the most powerful secret society of our modern world. The Bilderberg Group first appeared in 1954 at the Bilderberg Hotel in the small town of Oosterbeek in the Netherlands. Initially organized by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands along with several influential figures, its original purpose was to discuss Europe's political and economic future after World War II. But it quickly evolved far beyond its stated intentions, becoming a private gathering place for top politicians, powerful financiers, military leaders, influential journalists, and global power brokers. What makes the Bilderberg Group the focus of countless conspiracy theories is the absolute secrecy of its annual meetings. Each year, about 130 carefully selected members gather in a luxurious hotel protected by layers of tight security. There are no media allowed, no details ever leaked, and even hotel staff are closely monitored. Attendees are required to maintain complete silence about the content of their discussions. But the people invited to Bilderberg aren't ordinary individuals. They include presidents, prime ministers, government ministers, CEOs of the world's largest banks, billionaire industrialists, media moguls, and top global policymakers. Influential figures such as Henry Kissinger, David Rockefeller, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, and leaders from Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, and many others have all appeared on Bilderberg's guest list. Leaked documents and inside sources over the years suggest that the Bilderberg meetings are used to secretly discuss and plan major global events, everything from financial crises and wars to major trade agreements. Significant events such as the creation of the European Union, the establishment of the euro currency, and various international trade agreements have all been rumored to be decided behind closed doors at Bilderberg. Many researchers and scholars even argue that the Bilderberg Group acts as a kind of shadow government for the world, wielding the power to manipulate the entire global political, economic, and military system. After all, when the most influential people secretly gather to discuss and agree upon global issues, is real power still in the hands of ordinary people, or has it already been quietly arranged by a select few? Bilderberg's influence extends beyond economic and political matters. Some theories suggest the group secretly chooses future presidents and prime ministers. World leaders like Barack Obama, Angela Merkel, and Emmanuel Macron attended Bilderberg meetings just a few years before rising to power, fueling suspicions that democratic elections may merely be formalities, while true power brokers quietly select world leaders long beforehand. To maintain total secrecy, Bilderberg employs extensive security measures, hiring private security firms and even receiving quiet support from national intelligence agencies. Rarely does any journalist manage to uncover what occurs inside these meetings. Consequently, every time a Bilderberg conference takes place, thousands of protesters, activists, and journalists gather outside, desperately trying to discover what decisions are being made behind closed doors. Although the Bilderberg Group consistently denies allegations that it controls global affairs, insisting it's merely an informal discussion forum, the sheer secrecy, powerful participants, and undeniable influence over global policy make it a potent symbol of hidden power. It represents power that is not chosen by ordinary people, but rather wielded by an elite few behind closed doors. The most haunting question remains: are we genuinely living in a free, democratic world where critical decisions are made by the people, or are we actually living in a world secretly manipulated by a small circle of the most powerful individuals who meet each year to quietly shape our global destiny? If the Bilderberg Group and Bohemian Grove symbolize hidden political and economic power deep within the Vatican, the spiritual heart of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide exists another society just as influential, mysterious, and unsettling. This society is known as Opus Dei, or as many call it, the dark power from the Vatican. Opus Dei, which means work of God, was founded in Spain in 1928 by priest José María Escrivá, who was later declared a saint in 2002. At first, Opus Dei began as a small religious movement aimed at encouraging ordinary believers to live their faith actively in daily life. However, over the decades, it grew rapidly into one of the most influential and secretive organizations within the Catholic Church. Opus Dei operates almost like a special sect within Catholicism, having its own unique set of rules, rituals, and practices. Members, including ordinary people, priests, powerful bishops, politicians, influential business leaders, and intellectuals, take strict vows of secrecy about the group's internal workings. Their loyalty to Opus Dei is said to surpass their commitment to any other organization. Perhaps the most controversial aspect of Opus Dei is its severe ascetic practices. Leaked documents and testimonies reveal that some high-ranking members regularly engage in extreme forms of self-punishment, such as wearing sharp metal chains tightly around their thighs or whipping themselves to demonstrate deep devotion, penitence, and total submission to God. These intense practices serve as proof of their absolute loyalty and discipline. Yet what makes Opus Dei truly frightening is their extraordinary influence within both the Vatican and various governments worldwide. Numerous senior Vatican officials, including powerful bishops and cardinals, are rumored to be secret members of Opus Dei, allowing the group to quietly influence critical decisions within the Church. This influence includes everything from papal elections and religious policies to handling scandals that shake the Catholic Church's core. Many believe Opus Dei acts as the Vatican's guardian of its darkest secrets. Serious scandals like child abuse cover-ups, hidden financial dealings, and mysterious deaths of prominent church figures have allegedly been managed or concealed by Opus Dei's hidden hand. Not only do they keep these dark secrets tightly guarded, but they also reportedly control the Vatican's response to scandals to maintain the Church's absolute authority. Some researchers even claim that Opus Dei has influenced global political and economic policies profoundly. High-profile world leaders, including dictators like Augusto Pinochet of Chile and Francisco Franco of Spain, have reportedly received direct counsel from senior Opus Dei members. These allegations raise serious questions about whether Opus Dei's influence extends far beyond the Vatican, reaching into the deepest corridors of global political power. Though Opus Dei consistently denies these accusations, insisting it's merely a devout religious organization, its extreme secrecy, powerful global presence, and controversial rituals have made it one of the most feared and mysterious entities in the modern world. Is Opus Dei genuinely just a harmless religious group as they claim, or is there a deeper ambition behind their actions, an ambition to control the world and protect the Vatican's darkest secrets from ever coming to light? But Opus Dei is not the final secret society on our journey. Beyond religion, politics, and economics, there exist other secretive groups wielding power through violence, bloodshed, and money. These global criminal organizations, Cosa Nostra, Yakuza, and the Triads, quietly dominate the world's dark underbelly, deeply influencing the lives of billions, often without anyone even realizing it. First, let's explore Cosa Nostra, more famously known as the Italian Mafia. Originating in Sicily, southern Italy, during the early 19th century, Cosa Nostra quickly became one of the world's most structured and powerful criminal groups. But they are not simply criminals, they've evolved into a shadow government, influencing politics, economics, and society not just in Italy, but worldwide. Cosa Nostra operates according to its strict code called Omertà, the law of absolute silence. Members must maintain secrecy at all costs, and betrayal often leads to swift, brutal death. The mafia fully controls protection rackets, drug trafficking, money laundering, and even influences political elections throughout Italy. Countless politicians, judges, and journalists have lost their lives after openly confronting Cosa Nostra. Their influence extended far beyond Italy, crossing into America during the 20th century. Major cities like New York, Chicago, and Las Vegas fell under their control thanks to gambling, prostitution, smuggling operations, and ruthless murders. This immense reach has turned Cosa Nostra into a symbol of fear and power, controlling billions of dollars annually and significantly impacting economies and politics worldwide. But while Cosa Nostra is infamous for its secrecy and power in the West, across the globe in Japan, another equally secretive, but even more complex and powerful organization quietly shapes society: the Yakuza. The Yakuza aren't merely criminal gangs. They originated during Japan's Edo period and maintain a strict hierarchy rooted in secretive, brutal traditions. New members undergo severe initiation rituals such as yubitsume, the ceremonial cutting off of fingers to prove loyalty. Members proudly display full-body traditional tattoos, symbolizing their status and honor within the organization. The Yakuza dominate virtually every illicit activity in Japan, from gambling, prostitution, and drug trafficking to real estate and entertainment industries. Yet their power extends even further. They maintain significant influence over Japanese politics and major corporations, with numerous politicians and businessmen suspected of having secret ties with the organization. What's particularly unique about the Yakuza is their surprisingly open presence in Japan. They operate offices, host public events, and even engage in charity during national emergencies like earthquakes and floods. This quasi-public existence has allowed them to build extensive networks that stretch across Japan and Asia, reaching even into the United States and Europe. Finally, we must mention the Triads, China's oldest and most powerful criminal secret societies. Originally formed in the 18th century as underground movements opposing the Qing dynasty, the Triads evolved into a highly dangerous global criminal network. Unlike Cosa Nostra or Yakuza, the Triads aren't one unified organization, but rather a vast network of hundreds of smaller groups operating in Hong Kong, mainland China, and overseas Chinese communities worldwide. They control some of the largest drug trafficking operations globally, manage international human trafficking rings, handle massive money laundering schemes, and wield significant influence over the entertainment industries in Hong Kong and even Hollywood. Triad members undergo strict initiation rituals, swearing lifelong secrecy and loyalty under symbols like dragons and phoenixes, representing immense power and untouchability. With their extensive global network and extreme secrecy, Triads control billions in illicit profits, profoundly influencing economic and political spheres worldwide. And now the biggest question remains: do we truly understand the world we live in? As these criminal societies, Cosa Nostra, Yakuza, and the Triads, quietly control critical aspects of modern society, does true power still lie with legitimate governments, or are we simply living in a grand illusion orchestrated by these ruthless and secretive organizations? After this long and haunting journey through humanity's darkest corners, exploring secret societies that have silently influenced history from ancient times to the present, we finally face the most critical and unsettling question of all: who truly controls the world we live in? Does genuine power lie with the people, the elected governments, and transparent institutions we think we understand? Or is this merely an illusion, carefully constructed by secretive groups that have operated quietly in the shadows for thousands of years? From ancient societies in Egypt, Babylon, and Greece, keepers of forbidden knowledge and cosmic secrets, to medieval powers like the Knights Templar and the Order of Assassins, who wielded violence and fear to shape history, one fact remains clear: secret societies never truly disappear. They simply evolve, changing form, continuing to influence humanity's fate from behind the scenes. The Renaissance and modern era saw the rise of even more sophisticated and ambitious groups like the Rosicrucians, Freemasons, Illuminati, and Skull and Bones. They didn't just control ancient wisdom, they influenced history's greatest events, including revolutions, world wars, and even the creation of modern nations. In the 20th century and today's world, with the emergence of societies like the Thule Society, Bohemian Grove, Bilderberg Group, Opus Dei, and global criminal organizations like Cosa Nostra, Yakuza, and the Triads, the hidden influence of these secret societies has become more apparent, more dangerous, and more terrifying than ever before. Decisions affecting politics, economics, religion, even war and peace may have already been decided secretly long before being publicly announced. So what does this mean for us today? Perhaps the most unsettling thought is that we've never truly been as free as we believed. Maybe all human history is simply a secret battle between powerful hidden organizations with ordinary people merely pieces on their massive chessboard. What we call democracy and freedom might be just a thin facade masking total control by shadowy powers. But does that mean we are powerless? Not necessarily. Understanding these secret societies, learning how they operate and manipulate, is the first and most critical step toward freeing ourselves from their control. When darkness is exposed to the light, its power begins to fade. As more people awaken and recognize these hidden truths, secret societies will find it increasingly difficult to manipulate the world to their advantage. Who truly controls this world? Perhaps the answer has always been in our hands. All we need is the courage to confront the truth and awaken collectively. Secret societies will always exist, but ultimate truth belongs to the majority once that majority becomes aware. If you've watched this far, thank you again for joining us throughout this journey. If you found meaning in this exploration, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this information so more people can uncover the truths these societies desperately try to hide. And please let us know in the comments below what topic you'd like us to explore next. Are you interested in uncovering more mysteries of human history, lost civilizations, ancient secrets, or shadowy conspiracies? Let us know your thoughts. Stay aware, stay strong, and always seek the light hidden in every darkness. We'll see you soon on the next exploration of bedtime history.